Let's be honest, many people are not entering into new relationships. They are carrying old pain into a new person's life.
That is why some relationships start with love and end with confusion.
One mistake many people make is moving on too quickly after a breakup.
Yes, because sometimes people are not really looking for love. They are looking for healing.
But your partner is not your therapist.
And if you are not healed, you may punish someone who did nothing wrong.
There's a scripture that says you cannot put new wine into old wineskin. Matthew 9 verse 17.
If you try to pour new wine into an old wineskin, it will burst.
That means if your heart is still wounded, broken, or full of past pain,
you may not be able to handle a new and healthy relationship.
A new relationship is like a new wine.
And healing makes your heart a new wineskin.
The truth is, not everyone who is single is ready for a relationship.
And not everyone in a relationship is healed.
Sometimes God allows a season of singleness to heal you.
When love comes again, you don't destroy it with past pain.
Don't rush into love with an old, wounded heart.
Heal first, so that you can carry the new wine God is bringing into your life. This is Real Talk with the
Olubengas.
Join us Saturday 11th April by 6 p.m. on YouTube as we discuss healing before
moving on. See you then.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers at home. From Nigeria here is good evening. Welcome back to Real Talk with the Olubengas. We want to say a big thank you. It means a lot to us. And today we are bringing another powerful topic on this edition today, tagged healing before moving on. Healing before moving on. You find out that most people, they move on too quickly into another relationship after breakfast or heartbreak. And when you move on too quickly like that without first being healed, that's when you come back and say, oh, all men are the same, all women are the same in code. Not really because all men are really the same, rather, but because you have carried the pain, the heartbreak from the other relationship without healing to another relationship. So there are a lot of expectations. You already have a lot of triggers. And today we'll be looking at how will you heal before moving on? How will you know you are even healed, before moving on into another relationship? So as you continue today, please do well to like, share, subscribe, comment, and follow for more. So we'll be going on a short commercial break, and please stay tuned. Send to someone that yes, we are live now on Real Talk with the Olubengas.
Let's be honest, many people are not entering into new relationships. They are carrying old pain into a new person's life.
That is why some relationships start with love and end with confusion.
One mistake many people make is moving on too quickly after a breakup.
Yes, because sometimes people are not really looking for love. They are looking for healing.
But your partner is not your therapist.
And if you are not healed, you may punish someone who did nothing wrong.
Not everyone who is single is ready for a relationship.
And not everyone in a relationship is healed.
Sometimes God allows a season of singleness to heal you.
When love comes again, you don't destroy it with past pain.
Don't rush into love with an old, wounded heart. So the truth is, before you enter another relationship, there's need for you to ask yourself a genuine question. Am I truly healed, or am I just lonely? Because if you have not gotten answer to that question, you might actually enter a new relationship with old pains, and that will not actually be the best for the new relationship.
So today we'll be looking at why people move on too quickly. We'll be looking at signs someone has not healed. We'll also be looking at why healing is important before moving on, and how to truly heal. So join us as we move on. Please do well to like, subscribe, and follow us. Let's go on a short commercial break.
Communication is actually one of the bedrock to a sustained relationship.
people really move on too quickly? You know, after a break, after heartbreak, why do people move on so quickly?
Well, sometimes that breakfast, in most cases, will be like a shock. It's sometimes not what people are expecting. If you're expecting something, probably you'll have planned, prepare your mind. But more often than not, it can be something that is shocking. So people move on, because they have pains. So and they want a pain relief. So they move on to a pain reliever. Not knowing that person is not a therapist. So oftentimes they are just bringing pain into what should have been better. And at the end of the day, that pain will now actually destroy the relationship.
Okay, so I think another reason why people move on too quickly is maybe to prove a point.
Exactly.
Do you think you are the only one? There are several people.
Exactly.
I have plan B. Then in some cases, some people they are not just going out to just one person. They have this person that there's so much love, but they have some plan B's or plan C already. So when this person that there's so much love serve them breakfast, there's another plan B. Let me quickly move on to him. Meanwhile, there's still some odds that you have not really accepted or accepted that you are feeling some pain that you need to heal for. So you just move on to that relationship, just to prove a point to that person that see there are better people than you. So if you think that you want to serve me heartbreak, I have other people, but really for a relationship that have to do with two people, that have to do with your life, you need to first heal. And we'll be looking at the healing process later on about
let me quickly add this to it, that sometimes, especially ladies that are faithful in quotes, sometimes it can happen in two ways. One may even say that I don't even want any man again. That's
a tag. All men are the same.
You understand me now? But there's another one that becomes so vulnerable. Immediately that thing happens, it becomes so vulnerable that even what is happening around her, she does not even put much attention. So any man that comes that time, she may likely want to say yes, because she wants to escape a kind of pain.
You don't want to heal from that.
So that means she wasn't really prepared for that relationship, and most of the time she's going to meet another pain.
Right. So what we are saying, the essence is that when you go through heartbreak, or when they serve you breakfast, they say, you have to acknowledge it. It's good to cry. Crying is not bad. You need to acknowledge it, then look deeply, before moving on. So we'll also be looking at signs that someone has not healed. So when you experience heartbreak or when they serve you breakfast, the first thing to do is to pause first. Wait. Don't move on too quickly. We'll not be looking at signs someone has not been ill. We'll be looking at that. What do you think are the signs for me to know that yes, I've not really been healed?
One of the signs you're going to notice is oftentimes they compare their ex with the new person. With every little thing, the mind is already on their ex. My ex used to call me every morning. My ex used to send money to me, or my ex so when you discover that in the relationship you are presently, you often compare the person, your partner, with your ex. It means you are not yet healed of that past relationship.
Yes. Another thing I think is important is trust issues. Yes, you start having trust issues because of the past experience. Yes, because of the past experience, you start having trust issues. Just sitting down and assuming things. Because your ex has done this to you, you are not assuming maybe he's also doing the same thing. Maybe you find out that your ex, let me use the guy for example, that your ex was cheating. So you just sit down and start assuming things, start playing things on your head, and this lady that she not pick my call, maybe you call her so time, maybe she's with another guy. You start visualizing an hotel. You start looking at things like so it becomes real to you. These are signs that you are not really healed. You are someone that assume you have trust issue, and your trust issue has grew into assumptions, and that assumption has become like a life picture.
Exactly.
You are not really healed. You need to work on it.
Exactly. So another thing is overreacting. you discover that you overreact over many issues. Okay, the lady, maybe you're a man, and the lady is trying to maybe buy you gifts or whatever, and your ex, usually buy you gifts also. Then the first thing that comes to your mind, this lady is my ex. She's behaving like my ex. All this gift that she's buying is not from the getting
or maybe there's a way that your ex do talk. She now talk like that. Say, this lady, no.
I'm already feeling my ex.
I've seen a lot of guys that's caused several relationship, not because the person they are with is bad or something, but because they just notice that there is like
a similarity
between the ex and this new person. And they're like, no, I don't want to go through this. No, I don't want to go through this again. And they just cut off the relationship like that. That's a sign that you are not yet healed. Another thing is lack of commitment. You don't want to be committed to the relationship because you are thinking that if you put your commitment to it, it may not work. And you're like, no, I don't want to experience another heartbreak. And because of that, you don't want to commit yourself to it. So it's a sign that you are not healed. And if you are not healed, you enter into another relationship like that, it will not be healthy.
You are going to give the person a serious problem.
Sincerely.
A serious problem. Just like what she said now, something close to that is what we call emotional withdrawal. The first relationship, you are so, emotionally you are connected. You are connected, that the kind of affection, you just want to call the person, you want to hear their voices or whatever. But after that breakfast, something just came over you that, why am I even doing all this thing? So there's a withdrawal. So you are not really committed, emotionally into the relationship again. So you don't even think about the person, you don't call the person, you don't pray about the person. You just felt that I don't even know whether this one will work
or not. There was a lady that we had some conversation together, and she said she always prepare her heart towards heartbreak, in the sense that if she's in a relationship with someone, she already visualized that this person will come one day and come and tell me I'm no more interested. Exactly. So she already played it in her head. So when the person comes, it doesn't play. It doesn't really affect her. And I thought that it's a bad thing. Why? Because you will not give your commitment to that relationship.
She can never give her best.
So you are not in that relationship. So there's no how. It will definitely, play out the way you have imagined it, so it will affect it. So we need to heal and heal fully. Some people will just think and say, is this person really real? This guy, is he real? Can somebody he's too nice? Can someone be this nice? Can someone be this gentle? Can someone be this patient? Can it be this peaceful and all that? Because of what? Past experience. And because of that, you want to I think this guy is just pretending, let me just cut him off, I'm not interested. All those funny things, they can sound funny, but these are what people that have not healed from the past relationship do. So let's look at why.
Let me make this point that an unhealed heart will turn any good relationship into a very difficult one.
An unhealed
heart, we turn any good relationship into a very difficult one, because you already have a kind of worldview, a kind of lens at which you're looking at things, and there will be triggers all around you. So that unhealed heart, we make the new relationship so difficult, and you will not even know you are the one causing or making it difficult, for you and for the other person. So it's very important. You don't need to rush into another relationship. You need healing first.
So why do people move on so quickly? So let's look at why is it important for us to heal before moving on. Why is it very important? Why must I heal before moving on? Of course I'm empty. Of course I need someone to fill the vacuum. So why do I need to wait till I'm healed when I have someone that can fill in this vacuum? Because sometimes pain is really a pain that may have caused a vacuum into us that we need someone to fill in. But why is it important that we healed before moving on?
All right, the very first reason why it's important is that you are going to be able to love correctly. Maybe like a lady in the past relationship, you love the person so much, you committed all your resources or whatever. In fact, or in your mind, you're already almost married, and I want to believe you are not engaging in sex or whatever. So when you now get to the new relationship, there's every tendency that you want to love, but you won't be able to love correctly because you are thinking, what if I love this one again and there's a shock along the line? Will I really be able to cope? So you will not be able to love correctly if you are not healed. Yep.
Okay, so you'll not be able to love correctly if you are not healed. So I think another one that can help us is also trust.
Yes.
It's also trust.
Then you won't be able to trust
the person.
That trust will still be an issue when you want to trust.
Yes, and another very important reason is you'll be able to choose better.
Exactly.
Because there's stages to healing. So we are going to look at those stages to healing. But there are stages to healing. So if you are not truly healed and you move on too quickly, you will not be able to choose better. You may choose what is even worse than the last relationship.
True.
So when you healed fully, it will help you to be able to choose better. They say experience is the best teacher. Why? Because you have already acknowledged your mistakes. You know what you ignored. You know those things that you have overlooked before in the first relationship that caused the heartbreak, or that caused the relationship not to work. So you already put all those things together, and you're like, okay, when I'm moving on now, I avoid these things. You already even work on yourself, because of course when there is an heartbreak and when there is a disappointment in relationship, it's not just one person. It has to do with two of you. Two of you must have contributed to it, not only one person. Yes, exactly. the one person may have the higher rates, but two of you must have contributed to it. You must have done something that is wrong,
or at least you have an input.
Yes, there is an input, no matter how small. So
either you expose yourself too much, or
you be vulnerable too much.
There will be an issue.
There will be an issue, or maybe you are even ignoring some red flags.
Exactly.
That's also an input.
And just like she's saying, see, it's very important. If you are not prepared to be healed, there are so many things that will still affect the other relationship we are going to. What affected this one will still affect it. Why? Because you have not really taken your time to pause, look at the relationship holistically, and discover areas, your own inputs, all those things that you have not been doing well. Because if you don't look at that, you just saw the other person as a bad egg. By the time you get married to the next person, you discover that after some time you have issues again. That's why, based on statistics, people that are divorced, when you divorce somebody now, we discovered that about 70% will divorce again. So you divorce this one, you marry another person thinking that one is the angel. About 70% will divorce again. Why? Somebody have not learned something. We are always quick to push blames on others. So after divorce, you just think that is the other person that filed for divorce, that is the cause. You don't even look at your own input. So when you get to another relationship, maybe something that this other one have been absorbing.
That you have not been saying.
It will now become exposed here. And before you know it, that one. So it's very important you pause. Pause, take your time, look at your life, look at the whole relationship, look at areas of improvement. What we notice, oftentimes people don't improve. In that period of maybe they pause, they are just looking for someone else they want to get married to. And because somebody has not come, they believe that is
for someone else, or trying to pity themselves, their condition.
You understand me now?
That why am I in this situation? Why is this happening to me?
So they take time crying, doing other things,
doing all the blame games and all that. But you have not really sit down and be strategic with, okay, this has happened, I need to move on. How will I move on? What are those things that have contributed to this? What are those things that I ignored and all that? So let's look at stages to healing.
Another thing is that another reason why you need to heal is that it will help you not to transfer pains.
That's very important.
Very, very important.
Not to transfer aggression, transfer pain. Have you seen, maybe you work with someone before and this person is very nice and all that, but if you just go to the office one day and just shouting at everybody, start behaving, what is going on? Why? Because there's a transfer of aggression. Somebody must have hurt the person or done something wrong, on the road or something, or you had a very bad day or bad day to work, and just or from home and just bring it to the office, and pour it on everybody. That is how it is. When you are not healed and you move on to another relation, you transfer the pain, you transfer everything, the emptiness, the baggages into this, and it cannot work.
Cannot. That's what Bible was talking about. The Bible is talking about old wine. That Jesus said you cannot put, new wine into old wine skin. Because the truth is, the new wine, have that capacity to ferment. We call it fermentation. In science thereabout. So there's a way it expands. So if the new wine is inside an old wine skin, that old wine skin is already stretched to the limits. So it won't have the capacity to contain the new, and the next thing is to just burst. So now the old wine skin will become destroyed. The new wine itself will pour down. So don't transfer that pain into a new relationship. So that period, healing will help you not to transfer that pain. So when you don't transfer the pain, you discover that the person you are meeting is meeting a fresh person, someone new, and he himself is fresh. So you are going to both enjoy the relationship. It's very, very important. So let's say, put it this way, that your next partner should not pay for the mistakes of your previous partner.
Your next partner should not pay for the mistake of the previous partner.
Exactly.
So it is very important. So let's now look into how to heal, because it's not everybody that know how to heal. I want to heal, but I don't know how, because this pain is just too much. Anytime I see the person, the pain is coming back. How will I truly heal from this pain?
All right. The first thing is you need to take time out alone. Take time alone. It is very important. See, before you enter that first relationship, maybe to honest, you have been alone. So there's nothing saying that there shouldn't be any point in your life that you cannot actually separate yourself and just free your mind. So take time alone. Work on yourself that period of time. It's not really time to be blaming yourself, blaming any other person, and one of the things that will help you, for example, as a Christian, is to know who you are
in Christ.
Because when you don't know who you are in Christ, you are likely going to accept anything. Bible says that you are the light of the world, meaning that anyone that meets you as well actually meets light. Do you know how it is in the night when there's no light?
So what you're saying that you should try to encourage yourself, that person that left you have left good things.
The person has missed.
That is not really you that missed, but the person is the one that missed.
And if you are the one that actually have the issue, take time alone and work on yourself. It's very important. Become the better version of you.
But see, when we talk about healing, there are in stages. When you are in a relationship that you've not had intercourse, it will be very easy to move on. But if in this relationship that you'll be going on the vacation, you go weekend, you come back,
you spend the weekends
together, you've been doing everything, you've been cooking, you've been washing clothes, washing plates, go for the family occasion, everybody tell you, we've done a lot. So you will not hear people come and say, you used me, he used me so much. That pain is always very heavy than the person that there has not been any intercourse. Do you understand? So it will be very difficult. It will be easier for that person that there's not any strain to move on quickly or to heal quickly than someone that in quotes has been used. Even though it's you that make yourself to be used, but has been used. So in that case, how do you detach yourself and really move on quickly?
Let me use the word of the Bible.
And you will not see yourself like an empty and use and drop in quotes.
So the Bible says that if any man be in Christ, is a new creature. All things are passed away. So you need to have it in mind. Okay, but let me even use this one. Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Say, remember ye not
the former
things. In fact, there's a particular version I said, do not remember the past. And past, yesterday was a past.
It's a past.
So it's very important that you forget about the past. If you don't forget about the past, you cannot move on. There was a time in my life that I just used to, maybe one mistake or the other that one I've done in the past, just be dwelling on it, before I actually let me start working on it, about dwelling on it. But one day, one scripture just popped up on me, concerning Apostle Paul, Philippians 3, I think from verse 9 to 13 thereabout. Say, this one thing I do, maybe it's in 14 or verse 13. This one thing I do, forgetting those things
behind.
That behind. Say, so I need to forget the things behind. So no matter how you have messed up yourself, you need to forget all things behind. That is the only way you can move forward.
Okay, still talking on how to heal.
Yes. So we're just talking about taking time, So we're equally talking about forgiving the person.
Do you think you don't need to even forgive yourself first?
Yes, you're going to. Yeah, you have to forgive the person first before you forgive yourself.
I think you have to forgive yourself first. Because
yes, well, it depends.
Yes, because you ask yourself, why would I be so stupid to even enter into this relationship at first?
Yeah.
So you need to even forgive yourself first.
It's in both ways. It's in both ways, because sometimes people forgive others, but they find it difficult to forgive themselves. Because that one is always with you. You're always with yourself.
Yes.
So they find it difficult to forgive themselves.
And some people do not even know that you need to forgive yourself.
You need to forgive yourself, or anything, any stupid acts
that you've done. Because sometimes we ask ourselves, why will you do this?
Yeah.
We are asking ourselves,
why did I do all these things?
I've been a fool all this while. So all those pains you are burning it out on yourself.
That's the reason why some people commit suicide.
Exactly.
They just felt, this person duped me, this person used me, I've been a fool, I've been so stupid, there's nothing again best about my life, No.
And they just commit suicide like that.
It's very important that you forgive the person. Forgive yourself. If forgiving yourself is the first that will give you that healing, please forgive yourself first. No matter what, then forgive the other person. It is after forgiveness that you can actually be able to ensure that you'll be, or else, the day you cited the person, even on your wedding day, you just cited the person in the congregation, you are going to lose control. You need to forgive the person. You need to forgive yourself. So that when you even see the person will just be like a friend to you.
Yeah.
You will not. It won't trigger anything.
It don't bring out the past pain.
Yeah, it won't trigger anything.
It won't bring out the past pain. So then you have to also move from the denial stage to say, is this a dream, or is it going to call me back and apologize? Maybe you have left a very toxic relationship. And you are thinking that maybe it's going to, or maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the issue.
So you need to learn.
From the past relationship. And know if you are really the issue, or if you just the denial stage.
Just look at things. There was a time I was in a relationship, and when the relationship was about to collapse, there's a question I put to the person that, see, we can start this in afresh. We can start afresh. Let me know areas where I've offended you. That maybe sometimes I've done some things that you don't really like. Let me know those areas. I will equally tell you things that I don't really like. Then let's take it together. Let's start afresh. But I now put a caveat, a kind of clause that, but if you think this relationship cannot work again, if you think you want to walk away, please, you can take that particular option. So in that way, we don't need to you don't need to tell me what I've done wrong. I don't need to. I will look at it myself to look at that. But what I'm saying is that it's very important to learn from the relationship. Oftentimes we don't learn from our past. We don't learn from our relationship. We need to learn from the relationship. It's very important. And another thing that you need to do is you need to pray and seek God's direction. Don't just jump. Seek God. This may sound so stupid to people that are not spiritually inclined. They don't. Some people don't even believe God exists anymore. But it's important. You need to seek God's direction. And when you are praying to God, it's not that you already have one brother or one sister in mind. If that one has been in mind, you are praying to God, is that only person that you see the same?
Yeah. Then I think we just add this to it. Some people say they experience heartbreak, not because the person has really asked them out or proposed to them, but because they've assumed that this brother likes them and they are friends, and because of that they've been saying no to every other brothers. But later they find that this brother is in a relationship with someone about to get married, and it becomes like an heartbreak to them. Even though it's not a directly hurt, but it's a hurt because they've attached their heart to it and say, oh, this brother will talk to me, or this brother will get married together, maybe because they just like the brother. Some even go as much as to mountains to pray and all that. So how will they heal from that kind of experience? Not a direct heartbreak now, it's just an emotional heartbreak that you've attached yourself and you are thinking that this person is going to ask me out or something, and this person refuse and bring somebody else, and bring somebody else or go with somebody else. So how will you really heal from that
I think that should be easier, because you've not really committed anything than your emotion from a distance. The brother may not even be aware, or the sister may not be aware. So you've committed the emotion to the person, but from a distance. So there's not really a real connection, so to say, between the two of you. It's just in your mind. Yes, so all you need to do is to deal with your mind. Yes, you can. If you need to cry, especially sisters, cry it out. But after crying out, just have it in mind that this person just missed a goal, just missed something so precious. Because there have not really been a conversation, right? Yeah. Between the two of you. You're working on assumption. So don't let assumption now be the one that will now cripple your destiny. So, and also you need to work on your emotions. Work on your emotions. Work on your personal growth. Because when somebody left you, that person shouldn't meet you the same way he or she left you. That should have been something better, something that have been improved, because we are just like onions. Onions have several layers, so when you peel a particular layer, sometimes when you even put it somewhere, maybe for like some hours, consider that first layer is already got, you can, when you remove that layer, what happens? You see another fresh one. So it's very important. Don't let the person still meet the whole person that he or she has known or thereabouts, improve. So focus on personal improvement and work on your emotions and allow God to restore your life.
So I think someone said the best payback is what to become a better person. So when the person is looking at you, it's like, I really missed
someone was saying
something
that
better.
The best antidote or the best cure for insult is results.
It is on.
Yeah.
So when we close with this, that's for our viewers now. You can drop it on the comment section or anything. That's how long do you think someone should wait before moving on? How long? So you can drop your comment based on your experience, or maybe experience of others that how long do you think someone should wait before moving on? Because we cannot really say this is how long that someone should wait, because it depends on the kind of heartbreak and the way you feel. So but if you have an experience, kindly share it on the comment section on how long you think someone should wait before moving on. Anything before we call it a day?
Well, based on that question, we are going to share our own mind later, but we want to hear from you. How long should I wait before moving on?
Okay, so being alone for a season is better than rushing into another unhealthy relationship. So if you require you to pause, be alone and come back,
so my wife used to say it, that when you're traveling with a vehicle and the vehicle is giving you some terrible signs, is it not wise to stop, look at the issues of the vehicle before continuing? Because you may not. So being alone means that you pause at that time, work on yourself,
trying
work on
to
the
fix
vehicle,
everything around you.
Do everything, service the car, service your car and some other things, before you move on into another relationship.
So viewers, we are going to call this a day. Thank you for watching. This is Real Talk with the Olugbenga. Do well to like, follow, subscribe and comment. Want to hear from you. How long do you think someone should wait before moving on from an heartbreak? Bye bye. See you.